am live. How's your spirit? Look at them clouds, y'all. You see them clouds behind me? It has been so freaking sunshiny bright all day. No one wanted to go out anywhere or do anything. Amazingly, I did manage to get some things done. I made some final decisions on what's truly important to me and what my next steps are going to be. So you can tell by the title. It's something political. You're talking about Janine, JP, the aspiring matriarch. I've been pushing positivity since the day that I came on scene. I'm over the masculinity, so to speak. This is not to say that I am over men or manliness. I am over masculinity. The excessive bravado, the big, boisterous for no freaking reason. Hold on, I gotta show you these 3D clouds. Look at this. Do you see that right there? Those clouds look like they are 3D up there in the stratosphere. Isn't that amazing? That is God in all his glory. Hey, March, how's your spirit? What's going on in your world, March? I know, I took a couple of days, you guys. If you can hear it, I've still got a bit of cootie in my chest. Hold on, let me turn this thing around again. Okay, so I'm still a bit congested up in my nose and a little bit in my chest, but I'm doing my best to cough it up and get it out. And without cannabis, it is just a bit more difficult, believe it or not. I'm so used to just, doing the smoking thing. Anyway, so that's going to be one of my campaign slogans, but we'll talk about it at another time. When I'm ready, I'm going to put it on a t-shirt and push. But here's the most important thing. Y'all might have thought that I was joking when I said it before, but I'm going to run for president of the United States of America. Why? Because I can, and because I have the political chops to get this shit done. First of all, I am a great orator, a great public speaker, and I know the people. It's not just that I talk the talk. I walk the talk. I have lived many lives, a military wife, a mother, a daycare owner, a chef, homeless, all of those things and then some. So I know what it is to be the common man, be the people, as Kwame Brown says. Well, shitting me. He used to know. I don't think that he still knows. I think living up there and doing all that shit with the money might have got him fucked up in the head. But that's my personal opinion. And well, what do I need? Nothing more than his vote. And who says that he gonna get that anyway? You know what I'm saying? So I do got the cooties. Listen, we were just talking about that. I've been hanging around some boys playing pool and whatnot. So I do have a little bit of cooties in my life. Excuse me. Plus, there are tons of children here. And you know how it is. When you get an isolated population and a virus comes along, it's easily spread. And when you're talking about children, they share everything. Bottles, boogers, everything in between. So it's not surprising. Also, I'll be honest, because that's who I am. This place is not the cleanest in this motherfucker, okay? They claim to be cleaning the tables. What do? They spray sanitizer on it and wipe it with the same towel they've been wiping with for the last 2 days, okay? Here's one of the things I can tell you, being a trained culinarian. An army moves on its stomach and it will mutiny if you don't feed it the right things. Also, if you keep getting them sick, they can't fight. That's it. So these people are out here fighting for their lives, quite literally, fighting for the right to be in a place that tells them, if you don't follow our rules to the motherfucking letter, we will honor your decision to exit. They have so many arbitrary rules and they don't apply to everybody. So me, I did the smart thing. I went to my doctor and I got a letter. That makes it officially something to do with my disability. So if you don't do right by me, I can just call the ADA, put up that whole document and shit and go off. But there are plenty of people who don't know that yet. They can learn though. They've been learning here by watching me and listening to me. I told you. When you lead by example, you can lead from anywhere. And maybe right now it might seem like I'm leading from the rear, but we all the way out here. You dig? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because at some point, I'm going to come to a porch in your neighborhood and we're going to have this conversation. We're going to pass a blunt around. We're going to have some barbecue and we're going to talk about real people issues. Now, here's the thing. There'll be a lot of people who say they can do what I do it better than me, or they know how to do things in a way to make it work, blah, 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 blah. But what we know is the truth. The people want someone who is genuine, honest, authentic, and over the bullshit the same way that they are. So it's time for positive politics. It's time for telling people, you are the people. You have the right to stand up and make your voice heard. There are more of you than there are of any elitists. If you combine them totally, there are still more common people who have a thought and an understanding about what they were told this world could be, what they've been living to achieve, and what they've actually seen is the American dream. They don't want to leave that to their children. Oh, leading is leading, and it is the Great Awakening. More and more people are coming to the understanding, Mark, that it's not just about being in an office. It's about being able to understand and meet the needs of the people. And if you're not on the ground with the people, how do you know or how can you meet their needs? And when you get down there, if you're looking down upon them from your chariot, from your whatever it is, how can you really say you understand them? Have you gotten down in the dirt with them? Did you sit down on the floor and play with their kids? I don't remember that general or his wife's name, but I appreciate her to this day because she showed me what it is to be truly a humble human being in a place of power. I was 23 years old. My husband was going off to war for the first time, and her husband was the general, which made him also the commander of my husband's unit. Outright. Okay? He was the commander of my husband's unit, but she couldn't take on the role of family readiness group leader, and no one else would. So I was pushed into this opportunity. I was pushed into the opportunity to lead a bunch of other military wives, to speak up for one another, to volunteer for the community, to do all kinds of things. But what was most important to me and what I remember most honestly to this day is that woman came and sat on my floor in El Paso, Texas, and had Kool-Aid and played games with my child. While I was meeting about what it was that the regular wives needed, not the officers' wives. She didn't wear her husband's rank on her chest or on her shoulder. She understood that that burden was all his. Hers was to show up and show military wives what it looks like to be a wife in the military. That it's okay to sit on the floor and play. That your privilege is to be able to be with your children every day, should you choose. That's a blessing bestowed upon us, not by the U.S. military, not by the government, but by God himself. All they do is defend that right, and they do it with honor. So I will stand in the trenches. I will stand on the sidelines. I will go to the front of the motherfucking battle if we got to. What we're not going to do is just continue, pardon me, what we're not going to do is continue to abuse the honor of veterans, to tell them that we're there for them and do nothing for them. It's all placating. It's all for show. So next year, not only I, but others are going to want your vote. What you're going to have the opportunity to do with me from now until then is tell them what you want. Not what you need. They already know what you need, and they're barely meeting those. Now you make demands, and you stand on that. Because I will stand 10 toes down for you. Whether you are black, homeless, gay, confused, have a mental health disorder, I don't give a damn. They've been talking enough about you. They haven't been talking to you. They've been talking at and through you. It's time for a different thing. Ironically, I never have cash on me. Today, this older lady wanted a drink, and all she had was cash, and she didn't have enough. Now, I'll be honest, I barely have a whole lot of money on any of my cards, but I was able to buy some candy, a bag of chips, and a soda. It made her happy, and it made me happy to do it. But now, I have cash in my hand. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go in here and play the lottery. Because it's something that I rarely ever do. And Lord knows, when we talk about playing the lottery, I've won twice, I lost once since I started playing this time around. This time I'm more considering, that's funny, ironic. That lady was at the park last Saturday when we went and barbecued for Juneteenth. We gave her the last of the food that we had. And here she is now, walking out here on the street, looking for something. Who knows? It could be a cigarette, a blunt, something to eat. That's the thing about it. What do they say? You give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach him how to fish and he'll eat forever. So what if we get her off the street, get her into a program that teaches her how to do more than just walk it. Put a roof over her head. Give her some seeds to plant. Help her to build a sustainable knowledge base. Something more than just working at Jack in the Box. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We all start somewhere. Yet, education today is overpriced and underutilized. The same can be said about pretty much everything and everybody. One of the hardest things for me is meeting wonderful people here and watching this organization put them out because, well, your time is up, or you made one error. You didn't tell someone where you were going. God damn it, we're grown-ups out here. Yes, some people are going through, what do you call it? A recovery program. They're recovering from life's trauma, not the addiction. You understand? The addiction is a byproduct of the trauma. And this program is so old and outdated that it blames people for being addicted, for trying to find any way to turn down the volume on life. Hey, Sister Enach. Yes, Mark, we have to be more confident. We have to be more confident that people, given the opportunity, will do the right thing. And what I mean by opportunity is given the understanding that they too can change, not just themselves, but the world around them. I've been at the Gospel Rescue Mission for just about 3 weeks. I've changed a lot of things without really forcing change on anyone. Just understanding my needs, their requirements, and what's required of them as long as they claim to be caring for me. Yeah, March, I got your age back. I just for a moment it fell off. But yet, people are more positive. I think to their dismay, more people are making it through their programs. More people have a spiritual base and are finding true faith, not just adopting the addiction to God and cigarettes to replace their addiction to drugs and alcohol. More people are willing to speak openly about their needs and seek out the proper person or authority versus just running off at the mouth to anybody who will listen. Hey, baby. Huh?
You don't live at the gospel, do you?
I do, but you saw me at the park that day.
Yeah. Do you know Randy?
Randy?
That dates Jackie?
I don't think so. And if I do, I may not. Oh, I'm sorry. Damn. Look at that. I gave her food, somebody else took her money. Isn't that crazy? It's amazing. I'm telling you, Tucson has made me so comfortable with not having teeth, you have no fucking idea. Right now, I'm willing to go ahead and get dentures. I didn't want to. I was just going to try to get implants and get with it. But I think half of the Tucson population is missing at least two to five teeth. So we're doing all right out here. But no problem, baby. Huh?
RV now.
You got an RV?
I'm moving on the 1st.
Nice. Congratulations. Yeah, what happened to the other dog?
I still got it.
Oh, okay. You
I
got.
just threw it away because she pulled my shit down.
Oh, well, you all right out here. You got more than.
She's a puppy.
There you go. See? I am Sister Enage. It's probably something that most people want me to work on, and yet, well, actually, it's something I needed to learn to work on. Because I didn't mind being positive. I didn't mind being friendly. I just didn't want to make friends. And I certainly didn't want to inspire anybody. You changed that for me, Sister Enage. Some people I've met recently have given me a differing understanding of friendship because for all my life, friendship was based on family and how they treated me, and that family was a priority. But to be honest, my sisters are straight up assholes. And I mean that with all the love that I can. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm going to pick this triple three twist thingy. Holy cow, y'all. I don't know what to do to play the lottery. Why am I doing this? Because it's something different. So it's $2 if I just do a quick pick. I can pick my own numbers. You guys want to pick numbers? What number should? The numbers that are up here seem fine to me. 4, 15, 23, 26, 27, 32. They seem like decent numbers to me. How about you? Oh, God is amazing. Okay, Sister Enage, we're going to go with your numbers. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're going to remove all of these. Sister Enage said 18, 2. Okay, so there's no 40. No, nothing beyond 42. Let's do 33 because it's right there. We got 18 already. We'll do 6. And Spirit says 41. I think we need one more number. We need one more number. 25 it is. All right, so we did 2, 6, 18, 25, 33, and 41. Those are our numbers. And we are not going to do a quick pick. One play, one draw. And that's $2, which is exactly what I have in dollar bills. Now let's make sure that it takes it because, you know, it can be like that sometimes. Okay, so add it to the cart. Ta-da. Yay. Okay. And we're going to hit the cart and we're going to pay. I don't want to use debit. Yay, $1 was taken. Oh my gosh, you guys are doing this. Holy crap, Batman. Okay, wait. We're going to do the second one. Oh, come on. Yay, it took both. Oh, no, it didn't. It gave it back. Hold on, you guys. Good luck. Look at Sister Enage. It must mean something if you were both and I were picking 33. We mostly pick multiples of 3, but that's okay. Let's see how it goes. It's been an amazing journey. So whatever happens. You know what I'm saying? It's ironically, I don't think it takes change. And I have a $1 coin. That's amazing. I tell you, it's just been an amazing day, you guys. I really was sitting outside, just collecting donations because that's one of those things you got to do. You said, God bless JP with $1 million. Ah, thank you very much, Mark. I have come a long way. Mostly learning not to put my money in anybody else's hands but my own. Um, to have faith in me. And believe more in myself than I ever did before. So, all right, Lord, we got our numbers here. We need you to do the right thing by us. Just we've been doing the right thing by you for a pretty long time, dude. And you've been showing up. And we need you to show out a little bit because we've been waiting on you. So, shout out to Mark and Sister Enage. Anybody watching this on the replay, this lottery is tonight, I believe. Yeah. It's the Triple Twist 3, and it's tonight, so we'll see. Um, I look forward to it. Yet, as always, I leave all things in God's hand because He's gotten me this far, so ain't nothing else. Always, you guys, I really do apologize for taking a couple of days. I mean, I don't apologize for taking a couple of days off. I apologize for not being able to make you guys aware. Yet, and cooties came over me about 2 nights ago. I woke up the next morning. I immediately sent an email to my advocate. She's okay. But for you to say someone is an advocate, you need them to advocate for you. And mostly here, you're advocating for self. In a very difficult, dark time in a lot of people's lives. Yeah, I'm okay. I know, March, I am about to cry. I know that God is working every day. It's amazing the things that are obviously not coincidence in my life, the people that I meet, the stories that they tell me, the things we come across. Bruh, I'm not even sure I have enough on my EBT for this coffee. We're going to even leave that to the Lord today. If not, that's okay. The most important thing was for me to get out and go for a walk. I got a bottle of water in there, and I've eaten all day. But yeah, the cooties came over me, and so the day before yesterday, I just took an entire sick day. All I did was sleep and eat and go back to sleep. And then yesterday, Spirit was like, well, you still need another day to rest, so do something self-care wise. So I took a spiritual bath, made sure to put oil on while I was in the shower and seal my pores and do my hair, which encouraged someone else to do theirs. And tomorrow a young lady has asked me to do her hair and she's going to pay me for it. None of these things, I wouldn't have even been brave enough to ask someone to pay me to do their hair. I do a pretty good job of twisting hair. And more importantly, it's my time, so why shouldn't I be compensated for it? Mark, I have been having tea on and off, yet I just think I want something thick and creamy and sweet, kind of like me. And Sister Edith says, maybe they will encourage me to do my hair. See, follicles are pretty upset with this girl. You know, go ahead and wash it and love on it. The most important thing for me is remembering that my hair is an extension of me. I don't care what India Ari says. You are your hair because your hair is a representation of you. So when you take care of it, you show up and you show it off, you show up in style. And that's the most important thing. Hey, baby girl, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Pardon me. What am I looking for? Yes, that's it. I'm sorry.
Okay, $3.59. Did you want it back?
Yes, please. I haven't checked my balance, so if it doesn't go.
There you go. Did you want your receipt?
No, I don't need this. Thank you very much. Yay, we did it. Oops. All right, so look at God. We got coffee and a lottery ticket. Let's see what happens. Listen, y'all, I could win the lottery and not even know it because I still would looking at the ticket like, see, which numbers am I supposed to read? Which one is the right one? It's not like there's just the row of numbers that I asked for. There's 3 different versions of numbers, so I ain't even sure. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna win today because we can win every day. Every day is a winning day as long as we show up. I'll see you later, baby.
All right.
So we showed up today. We showed out for ourselves. So I'm sitting there and I'm giving out donations and I begin to read my journal that I'm writing in. I started it when I was in the hospital because my son asked me to go. After that, the hospital sent me to the Gospel Rescue Mission. I've been on this mission ever since. So I look back today at the beginning of the book and it says what my goals are. My goals are financial freedom, a tiny home for me, to run for office, to start running again, and then something that I can't remember right now. I know, Mark, what happened was, she said I have been using amla oil. Oh, did you mean almond oil? And yeah, those are really good for your hair, Sister H. I just want a tiny home. I want a tiny home, maybe on like an acre of land so I can grow my cannabis and my food and build a community around me of people who understand me. Because my wants and needs match theirs. I'll be honest. There are a couple of things happening that make me a bit trepidatious. I don't like to use the word scared because I don't fear anything. I don't fear anything because I'm autistic. I don't fear anything because what else can you do to me? You've already killed me. You've already taken my home. You've already taken my property. You've already taken my money. The only thing you can't take away from me is my children. They've done that on their own in some ways. You took the man that I thought I could love. So everything. So why not dream big and reach out for that thing? When I achieve it, more people will too. Right, that gritty gremlin strain is coming, honey. We're gonna be on the porch getting it. That's the thing. When I say that I want to do positive politics, I want to show up on porches around the country. One of the things that I have to do is make $5,000 in 20 states, or $100,000 in total. And here's the thing: it's got to be $100,000 in $250 increments that the government will match through the federal election fund. As long as I can show and prove that in at least 20 of the 50 states, people will show up and give me $5,000. So that means I need 1,000 people in each state to give me $5. It's a donation to my presidential campaign. You do that, right? Because why do $250, 250 people? Let's show and prove that the people can come together, not for a big name like Bernie Sanders who be on that bullshit, or anybody else, but people who really understand the positivity that can be in politics. The politics of positivity, right? That does come with a little smoking weed or having a drink or kicking it on the porch and having a barbecue. Imagine doing that in communities around the country. What could we actually achieve? What can the people actually agree upon when given an understanding, a set of parameters by which we work that are our own code, our own dialect, our own way of thinking, our own way of being, encouraged by none other than ourselves. I'm more encouraged than I was when I first thought about it after last weekend. Because you got to understand something. I simply told people, hey, listen, I want us to get together and have a barbecue and have a conversation about what a few people can do to change the metric in Tucson, Arizona. Everybody that I asked either showed up or attempted to arrive. Many of them put in their own gas money, their own footwork, and even their own EBT to make sure that everyone could eat. Now, things went awry when it came time to do the food portion itself. That's a learning curve, a work in progress. Not because I didn't know what we needed, but more because the Gospel Rescue Mission doesn't allow you to have anything that you need that they don't provide for you because they want you to bend your fucking knee to everything that they say. And I mean that. Especially if you're in the recovery program. You are forced to take on that Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, blah, 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 blah. You got to go to chapel every day. You are forced to go to several classes. And as a result of being a good child, every other Friday, every 2 weeks, they'll take you out on a field trip. Wow, you're fucking kidding me? What about the rest of the people? The ones who have to do more work and more hustle, because the ones who are in the recovery program, they are for a year there, and for the first 80 days, they're not even fucking allowed to leave. But the people like me, you don't advocate for me. You force me to advocate for self, and then you get mad at me when I force you to meet my needs in return. That's something that needs to be worked on. But they're not my problem. They are the solution to several things for a lot of people. So I'm not going to over criticize because it could be worse. You said, JP, you really thought that number through. You know, March, I be thinking a lot of things through here. Because it matters. Not just to me, it matters to the people. I know everyone's like, oh, the 144,000 chosen ones. Well, the Raptors is still a bit off. Oh, it's coming. In the meantime, though, there are plenty of people who are in need today. And we can make that happen right away. All I gotta do is fund my bank account and I'm off to the races. And I promise, as Mark said, I will be a great steward of finances. Look at that view, y'all. Come on. So what I need you all to do for me is descend upon Tucson, Arizona, and all of my social media. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure your friends know and your friends' friends know. I'm not out here talking that BS. I'm real about it. I'm telling you my lived experience as I'm living it. I'm a living, breathing witness to all of it. The gospel, the truth, God's grace and mercy. What you can really do when you let go and let God. I had to learn a lot of patience being here. It's the only difference between this place and a prison is an infirmary and weapons. I'll be honest with you. They know that I live stream. They could watch this live stream, get upset with me, and exit me just for that. However, like the government and Scientologists, that's not really how they move. What they'll do is exit everyone around me, find a reason to isolate me, so I'll feel alone. Well, baby, I walked alone in the desert many a time before. I already crossed the burning sands. I trust you. I've been down on my knees in this ground with 2 hands, laying in the dirt, and a host of other things. So, I'm not worried. God's got me. I remember telling my Uncle June that at DeMario's funeral. Y'all, that was 2018. No? Yeah. No, it was longer than that, I think. Some of these things get a little topsy-turvy. I'm still recovering. That's something else. And think about it. I wrote that in my journal too. I couldn't understand why my son could identify with a man he'd only known for a few years. And Daniel wasn't really a man. He was a young man. Let's just be honest. He was 20, 21, 22, right? And not with the mother who had raised him his entire life. So when it came time to determining who was the predator, he said it was me. Here I am, disabled and dying at the time. But you think I preyed upon someone else? I feel as though my son had to deal with the guilt of introducing Daniel into my life when I told him not to. Of bringing up things like Daniel sleeping with me, being in a relationship. He doesn't want to admit that he started those conversations. He got that ball rolling. And then Daniel, a young man, still a broken child, like many men in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, saw the loving relationship that my sons and I had after his mother put him out on the street, miles from home, with no water, no clothing, and no food to eat. So of course, I'm definitely a great catch to him. And if you can keep me isolated, then you don't have to worry. You got me all to yourself. You're the only person to pour love into. That's why he broke my laptop. One, I was on the way to getting a job offer that would have been about $80,000 a year. He couldn't even reach that high into the financial stratosphere. If he could, he wouldn't know what to do with it. Two, you guys. No matter what I've been through, no matter how long I'm away, when I come back, there's March Harris, Sister Enach, and a host of other people. Some of you show up in the chat, some of you show up later on. Yet you all continue to show up, which meant I was never really alone. I was never really isolated. So to cut me off from my community and my opportunities, not only did he slam down my laptop, but he threw it against the wall. And when that wasn't enough, he tried to press my eyes into my face so that I could not see. Basically, so I couldn't see the community growing around me. So that I couldn't see I didn't need him or anybody else. I just needed God. I think that's kind of why I had to die. I suppose you could say I martyred myself. At the end of the day, though, I had to die so that God could bring me back and allow me to share more than just my testimony, but my everyday walk, my everyday journey with everyday people. Oh no! Hey! Adrian! No fucking way! I'm a hush. Because if he's out, he knew better. Damn. See? This dude, don't get me wrong, he got some shit about him. But at least he seemed like he was trying. He was working on it. He did one wrong thing, and he's out. Ironically, though, this isn't his first rodeo. And so many people know. All you gotta do is go somewhere else for 30 days. And you can come back in here and do it all over again. Are they really getting through to people? Are people really achieving anything? Thank you, Mark, for the apology, although it really doesn't. It shouldn't come from you. And the dickheads that it should come from, well, they're just average dudes. They don't know what to do. In the meantime, I've learned to raise my standards to meet my needs the woman that I am. So you don't have to worry about it happening again. But I want to show you something. Y'all want to see my socks? Hold on. Look at my socks. Ain't it cute? Ah, yeah, look at my legs. Socks, legs. Anyway, I couldn't help it. But in this place, there are more people, I don't know, in some ways trying to do each other harm because it's easier than dealing with self. And when your only other option is being on the streets, musing again, I suppose this is what you got. Give me what you got from my pork chop. I'm kidding. As always, I'm surprised by the amount of time it took. We're back here and we've been gone for 41 minutes. It's an amazing experience. You know, March, one of the worst things about this place is that you're homeless. You've been out on the street. They'll give you something to eat, but they tell you have to be out of your room from 8 to 4. They lock you out. So what do you end up doing? Being back out on the street. Who's the brain and who's Pinky, though, March? That's my question. I think that I want to be Pinky. By the way, I know the whole song. Pinky and the brain. Pinky and the brain. One is a genius, the other's insane. They're laboratory mice. The genes they have been spliced. They're Pinky and the brain. If you lived in Watertown, New York in the early 2000s and you went to the Walmart there, then you may have heard me sing that song one time at closing time. Because that was the last thing we do, or I would do before we'd lock up. I'd be in customer service. And I would, you have to make a fun out of anything. So even back then, that was I did. I would sing that song after I said, hey, y'all, we got 15 minutes to closing time. You ain't got to go home. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here. And I'd sing Pinky and the Brain. I'll tell you a story about it. Want to hear? Here you go. So I was hired at that Walmart on Halloween, ironically, by a woman dressed as a witch. And I stayed there through the holiday season, and they fired me just on or around Valentine's Day. And I don't want to say they fired me. They let me go because I was a holiday employee, right? However, they called me in. They said, Janine, come on, can you come to the customer service office or management or whatever it was? And I went in there and I sat down and they were like, well, the holiday rush is over. And so we're letting go of holiday staff. And they're like, so we're going to have to let you go. Now you can go back out and say goodbye. Hey, Miss Fran.
How you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you? Yes, ma'am. So they said, you can go back out and say goodbye to the staff and whatever. I was like, nah, I don't like none of them. So I walked out to finish my shift and whatnot and get my things. And then I heard them call me over the loudspeaker again. They were like, Janine, can you come back to the office? I was like, what the hell? You're not ready to fire me. What do you want? So I get back in there and they tell me, hey, yo, listen. So we called management and asked them, can you stay? Because you are pretty freaking funny. No one else has handled their departure that way. Everyone else made a thing of it. I was like, nah, I mean, I knew the gig wasn't going to last forever. I got kids and whatnot. So I ended up staying on a couple of more months and working it out. But overall, it was a great experience, mostly because I just carry me with me. I carry my energy, my hopes, my dreams, and I don't shit on anybody. That's the politics of positivity. Because other people can't do that. Somewhere they lost their innocence, their inner child, their ability to sing the Pinky and the Brain song or wear knee-high socks and shorts and not feel bad about it. In fact, I'm absolutely amazed at how great I feel. Not because other people have said anything, but because this is my body and I'm in it. And And for the first time, I really do love it. I don't just love the skin that I'm in. I love everything about me, from my hair to my feet and everything in between. You said PMI, Marsh? What is that? I've learned to love myself and teach others how to love themselves as well. When you love yourself, you can speak up for yourself. You can stand 10 toes down or 5 if you're an amputee and get your needs met. So, we're off to the political races. I am sure that I am in God's good graces, yet I need your vote, your voices to keep me going. Come hang out with me. When I'm ready to sit on a porch in your state, pull up, smoke a blunt with me. Or whatever your thing is, that's the equivalent. Whatever brings you peace and positivity and helps you communicate your wants, needs, and desires. If nothing else, we're going to light a fire under these motherfuckers. And we do it just right. We're going to make it to the Presidential Hall of Fame. First cannabis advocate in office. I promise you, in my first 100 days, I will legalize it. State to state, coast to coast. I'll even try to get it around the globe if I can. Ah, Katie, you poor thing. These are my headphones. I would think maybe you could deduce that. Unfortunately, you wanted to see if you could get me off my game. It must suck to be you, dude. The first thing and the only thing you could come up with was tampon earrings. I mean, you could have come up with a whole host of other things. They look more like those fun dip thingies, if you ask me. Seriously, like I could dip some in some candy right now. You could have went anywhere with that, but your simple ass went there. Yeah, nah, don't tell me you sorry. Kick rocks. How about that? Aw, you tried too, Jer. That's okay. At least you got closer. I do keep soap on me from time to time. You know, making sure that I'm not out here sweaty, funky, nasty like a bunch of rotten pigs. Some of y'all. I ain't putting no names to it because I don't have to. If your feelings are hurt, then it's you I'm talking about. If they're not, then you already have love of self and you ain't got nothing to worry about out here. Welcome, Katie and Jer. It was a lame one. Just being honest. I mean, if you're going to make a joke, at least be funny about it. But because I'm a woman, I must be wearing tampon earrings. That says how simple you are. Just being honest, which is what we try to do, while being positive and cute too. You see my shirt? See, Strawberry Shortcake here, she's got on striped socks, and so do I. Now, as I said, you could kick rocks. Then that's unfortunate for you, Katie, that you would think that thing about your sister first. As a woman, your first thought is that I must be wearing tampon earrings or to somehow relate me to my menstrual cycle or any of those things. I am a strong, powerful Black woman about to take on the U.S. government and run for president of the United States. And if you can't come harder than that, you might want to sit on the porch with me and not try to debate me on anything. You dig? No matter where I am, know what I do, no matter what my circumstance may be, I am not my situation. And you are not my problem. So please do not make me find a solution for you. Show up, be positive, vote. How about that? Get your eyes on the prize and not between my or your thighs. How about that? Jesus is already here. Her name is Janine Christie Hill. I died February 2nd, 2022. My father brought me back, sent me 3 days out into the wilderness, walking around, trying to see what it is that the people see. He brought me here to the Gospel Rescue Mission so that I could speak to whom? The homeless, the poor, the indigent, the former whore, even hoes in the making, Katie. Y'all keep looking for a man to save you. You might want to start looking for a sister or two. And not just using our names, our voices, or our demeanor to stand on a precipice you are too afraid to stand on. See, this is the thing about comedy. You got to know when to joke. It's timing, much like politics, and you lack it more than a little bit. I'd suggest you go back and watch some of my live streams, or go watch me on Instagram. But honey, you play in my face, I'm gonna play in your feelings, and I will kick your ass down the road like a motherfucking can out here if you get in the way of my destiny. I'll leave it up to you to pray. Me and God, we walk, talk, and pray all the time. God's got me, and I can see demons from a mile away. Ooh. While you worried about tampons, baby, you might want to. That ain't tuna. And men don't like cats that smell like that. Oh, you picked up what I was putting down, March Harris. I appreciate you. I really do. Girl, bye. Don't pray for me. Don't pray over me. Don't even think my name into your existence, okay? What we not going to do today, honey. I will send my spiritual team to handle you. I ain't got time. You're just another person in this stream. You want me to recognize you for what? I've given you more than enough. Now you take that, you pray on it. See if you can't find some answers. Instead of worrying about me, why don't you raise your hands up to the Most High? Stretch your hands out. Father, I stretch my hands out to thee. Bear witness to his glory in your life. Don't worry about asking him to do anything in mine. He walks with me every day. He sees what I see. He hears what I hear. I told you, I'm a living witness and a whole testimony. I am a church unto myself. You might want to try that sometime. Me and mine, we got God. We got grace. And we got glory. Spirit says you need to have faith, Katie. You're lacking in it, which is why you show up unable to communicate properly in the space. There's a time and place for everything. You missed the mark on this one. Shout out to my boy March Harris. Maybe he'll help you out. Or I should say reach out to him. Maybe he'll help you pick up what I'm putting down. Of course he does, Katie. I'm at the Gospel Rescue Mission. Of course he would be watching over this place that claims to be working in God's name. Come on, girl, catch up. Are you really that damn slow out here? What are you drinking today, Katie? You sip on something a little extra. A little tainted, maybe. Do you see your attempts to shame me only show your true nature? Amen, Sister Enes. Discernment is necessary. Someone said that it's something that can't be taught. This is not true. Were you to sit still, pay attention, and be patient, anyone could learn discernment, even Katie. It's up to God, though, to want to give Katie that blessing, that anointing, that grace. It ain't gonna happen today, though.
Yeah, have a good day, buddy.
Katie, Spirit says it's too late. That's one of those gifts that the Lord has bestowed upon me, Katie. You know, that whole anointing thing. Not only did he lead me to start a ministry, tell me that I could run for president of the United States and win, but he also gave me spiritual gifts. The ability to read people, energy, and a host of other things. I'm also telepathic. Not that you should worry about that, because should you show up trying to think at me, you're going to get your feelings hurt again by my spiritual team. I don't have time to play with you. I got work to do. You know, that thing. Oh, ain't that great? One day you will see as maybe you will be saved, Katie. This is the thing. This is your problem. I told you, discernment, patience, the ability to sit down and listen. I told you, I died last year. God brought me back. So you want to talk about saved, Pimpin? I'm more than saved. I was baptized in the sunlight of the Most High. You out here living a lie. You want to tell the people about it, or you want me to? See, right here, right now, I could just stop and pause, focus on you, and read your energy. Tell the people your entire damn truth. Is that what you would like me to do, Katie? Nah, I ain't gonna, baby. You too are gonna have to learn how to pay to play. In my face, at least. You kidding me? I use my gifts in love. I share what the Spirit tells me to. I do a host of things that you wish you could do, Katie, but mostly I move positively. I will check anyone who needs a checking, though. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Now, to be fair, I am more than you can handle. Most, as a matter of fact. Here comes another one whose feelings I hurt. It's okay. Everybody learns sometime. Just because the world says that you are of age and you are an adult does not mean that you are. And just because you are called an adult does not make us equals, baby. When it comes to equity and equality, you're lacking. Do not compete when you do not compare. You do not compare over here as I compare myself to no one. Neither should you. Now, when it comes to being positive, Katie, I'm going to leave you with this. Let go and let God. The Lord loves you, so I don't have to. Now, you can try Jesus, because if you try me, not only will I throw verbal shots, but I will throw hands. I am nonviolent by choice, not by requirement. This mouthpiece is mightier than any sword. I can move men and women to do amazing things, or I can have them burn down your house, Katie, and the house you call the Lord's. So stop playing with me, little girl. Go find you somebody else. Exactly, Sister Enache. The Lord knows all of our hearts. And most importantly, one day, all of our hearts will be weighed by a feather, right? Told you. Put my heart on that scale. My heart was lighter than a feather. Not even as light as. Well, anyway, I'm tired of playing in your face, and I don't care about your feelings, Katie. So I'm gonna let you go in the best way that I know how. Just to make sure you don't show up on my channel ever again, Katie. Because I don't care. I'm not required to. And to those of you who are saying, how can you be positive and political and tell that girl you don't care? She doesn't care. She didn't care enough to hear anything that I said in this stream. She just wanted attention. She can get that anywhere. Except up off of me. I have more important things to tend to. Like right now. think I might go write some poetry, drink my coffee, and chill out till 4 o'clock. Oh, amen, March. You want to talk about some spiritual toddlers? We got some folks who, well, they still in diapers out here. When it comes to being a child of God, an anointed one, I am too, right? I died in February. I'm just a little over a year and a half out here. My discernment and my intuition, though, are spot on. I use it every day to help a host of people. There's someone out there who can help Katie. Perhaps one day we'll meet in person. Her energy will be different then. We'll be able to communicate. I don't get down in the dirt and play with demons. No, those days are behind me. So anyway, we've been going for an hour. I need to charge my phone, drink my coffee, and find some other trouble to get into. Have a great time in there, laughing with people, keeping positivity alive, eliminating as many of the pressures of the world as possible by just coming together as a group. Nah, Sister ENH, I'm not sleepy, but this heat is draining. So at some point you need to sit down, rest, and recuperate. Drink some water, and then have some caffeine. I try not to go to bed until at least 9. I'm up as early as 5, 5:20, sometimes 4. In fact, I was up at 4:44 today. God's watching, and I'm grateful for it. You know, Sister ENH, it keeps threatening to rain, and monsoon season is here, so it'll rain soon. It's just not happening yet, but it's coming.
Some of your pretty pink bobby socks.
Ah, thank you. See? I don't even have to do anything. Just dress happy. Makes other people happy. And then when you show up with a smile and willing to give a little bit of your time and some listening ears, you can make an amazing day, and you truly know that God is anywhere. Where 2 or more of you are gathered, look at God. All right. I'm going to get inside because the line's going to get long. But I don't have a lot of stuff, so I'm going to pull up on it. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Remember what I said. Be a part of my community. Help me grow in this journey. I appreciate y'all. Keep your spirit up. I love y'all. God does too. Peace. You're in line?
Yeah.